Yo, sorry to keep everybody waiting a few minutes there. Backstage area. If you guys have ever been in a YouTube backstage area with Sith, Keys, Face, BC, and Sith kind of already drinking, you know it's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. So, yeah, it's, you know, we usually try to go on time, but, yeah, we kind of got a little carried away. So, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Yes, I got the days right. There is a finals game going. So, you know, like I said before, there could be a Marvel trailer in there. You never know. It's just a guess, but it's game 6. Milwaukee could take it and it's over. So who knows? But yeah, so today show we like to call Keep Sell Buy / what would you do with these comics? We got a special guest, obviously, Mr. Sith Lordy, all the way from Spine Ticks, all the way in Cali. If you didn't know, he is 2% Latino, so keep that in mind, guys, when, you know, we start doing some jokes or we start talking some shit. But, yeah, it's going to be a good show. The chat's already going crazy. So, yeah, I'm going to start bringing in the crew. You guys already know. First up, we got Mr. FaceTime, Mr. Previously On. He airs Mondays at 7 p.m. on his channel. He's also on mine on Sundays and Tuesdays. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. Just ready to roll, ready to get the show going. If it's anything like the backstage has been, this is going to be an interesting show.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And we got to bring in our other friend of the show. Our, well, it's me, Face, Hyper, Keys. Okay, so our fifth amigo to the crew. It is Mr. Now, before I bring him in, I just want to know, I didn't know he was an LA Kings fan as well. I don't know if he's just trying to, like, show off to Sith Lordy here. I have no idea. But he's got all this LA Kings stuff out of nowhere. I promised you 2 weeks ago it was all Carey Price. But nevertheless, is Mr. BC Black Crown. What's up, man?
So, listen, Kings fan, 100%. That's my West Coast team. My East Coast team is the Habs. You know how it is. Yo, 93 was a struggle for me, but I was 4, so it doesn't matter.
Come on, man. Oh, dude.
The struggle was real when you were 4. All right.
Right?
Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You guys know, obviously, Mr. Key Issues, he works early, so he, usually backstage, but he, hits the hay a bit early, but that's what happens when you work at like 3, 4 in the morning. Obviously, Hyper is still, on vacation mode, taking a little break. He's got things to do, so it's just us 3. And I know why everybody's here, so let's bring him out. Mr. LA, I forget what beer he drank. Oh, Ultra. Mr. Ultras, Mr. Cali, Mr. 2% Latino, Mr. Sith Lordy. What's up?
What is up, bitches? Here's what I can promise. First of all, let's get this Space Bastards beanbag up. That's my best FaceTime. Second of all, yep, I got my King stuff. I'm with my homie Black Crown.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to be drinking a lot of these, so I can promise you there's going to be some foul comments. I am an acquired taste. We'll probably rip on Newbie a little bit for being a fugitive Uruguayan up in up in the Arctic area.
What did you call it earlier? You were like Arctic Circle, and I was like,
yeah. You like because we were talking. I'm in SoCal, with all my Latin brothers playing soccer, and you escaped up there. So yeah, we'll be drinking a lot of these. Probably take like 12 beer pisses. It's gonna be a great time. I can't wait. And shout out to the live chat and Lady Sith Lordly.
Yeah. So listen, so I know Sith Lordy is here, but if you guys are expecting a 9-hour show, you got to wait 5 days. You got to wait until Saturday, okay? Because here we do not do 9-hour shows. If we did that, I would be probably live streaming from work. So yeah,
let's do that.
Yeah. You go, sure. What I was going to say. We're going to go to the chat first. We're going to talk about a few friends, and then we're going to kick it off. We got the show going. So, yeah, let's see who's in the chat. First up, we've got X11 Bravo Comics. What's up, man? Something Wong. Dan, Mr. Dan, who is going to be on the Comic Book Canon Show Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with Journo and them over there. So make sure you guys go tune in. Dan is a good member of the community. He's stopped by on our show, Face's show. He's done stuff with Sith. So, yeah, go check him out. Good guy. Very knowledgeable. We got Jay. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Lady Sith, of course. Excuse me. Chef, what's happening, brother? We talk all the time. He's got a lot of great questions. He's got a lot of good books that he's always asking. Spider Comics, what's happening, man? Shoot, there's so many goddamn comments. Empire Comics, what's happening? We got Battle 66 Panda. We got Ultra. We are not worthy. We are not worthy. Get the
Ultra.
man to 1,000 subs. It's crazy.
Ultra.
Let's go. Ultra. Yeah,
Ultra's all over the place.
Blue Comics, what's happening, man? Miguel, what's happening? Comic Criminal. Yes, we got a lot of people coming. You guys know if I miss you or if you're watching in the back, appreciate you guys doing that on the rewind, whatever the case may be. We appreciate you as you come in. We'll give you a little shout out there. And Tricky, what's happening, man? Renos is in here. So yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of Arctic Circle people, I guess you could say. So let's get it going. We're going to talk about a few friends, and then we're going to talk about some comic books because, we got to talk about comics if we're having a comic book channel. So,
Do we really? Or are we just going to rip on each other?
I thought it was hockey talk tonight.
Yeah, man.
It's almost like Hyper's never left.
Take off, eh?
It's almost like Hyper's never left, to be honest. All right, guys. So first up, we got to talk about Big B Comics. 3 stores, you guys know: Niagara, Hamilton, Barrie. Go check out their Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Fast shipping. You'd be surprised at the books they have. If you missed something on New Comic Book Day, just check them out. Next up, Jay, who's in the chat, Mr. Bleecker Street himself. Use code word newbie comics #1, get 10% off. Go to that website right there, bleekerstreetcomics.com. If you're in Southern Ontario, make sure you guys go check out the flea market on Hartsel Road, or Lincoln, rather. He's there. He's got a big shop, over like 3,000 books. So something good is in there. And finally, Shape Stay Creative. My friend Derek, if you need a logo, intro, whatever the case may be, he's got you covered. Just tell him Newbie sent you. Boom. All right. Fuzzy, what's happening, man? All right. Let's get the game going, guys. Sith, you've never been on this show before, so welcome. Super pumped to have you. You are our all-star tonight. You are the special guest. So I'll tell you this. You don't have to agree with anybody's comments or anything. You could say, Newbie, that is BS. Why are you holding? Why are you buying? Why are you selling? So yeah, let's just have fun with it.
Let's do it, man. I'm stoked, man. Thanks for having me here finally. Let's see how many clips I can get.
Dude, that's why I'm going water today, because I knew if I was drinking Corona.
Come on, man. We're in the newbie verse, man. 1 chewy, 2 chewy.
Yeah. Man, hey, I'm trying to get people off that,
Chewy.
Chewy. Yeah, BC wasn't here for that. I think he knows about it, but he didn't.
We got to show him that clip at some point for sure.
Yeah,
I know about it, but so far since I've been here, I think you've brought in at least 7 characters. That's minimum. And I've been here 3 weeks, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate, though. That's
about par for the course, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
he's creating the NCU, the newbie cinematic universe over here.
Yo, how's the Master Bunny doing for you?
Yo, what was the other one? Oh, fuck. Oh, Dorky Loki. That was like my favorite one so far. Yeah.
Nice house on the hill.
Nice house on the hill. Yeah.
Librarian.
We only got 9 hours and 15 minutes to beat Spine Tick's record. So
shit.
At least someone is gonna, keep track. All right.
Yeah, if you add up his total for the month.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Keep, sell, buy. We all know how to do this. We have some books that, kind of in our sight, some of them kind of forgotten, but the question still remains, right? A lot of these books are books that people have either messaged me or I've seen people talk about on other channels or in blogs or post about it. Like, what do I do? Because that's always important, right? We always want to get different views, right? I mean, you can collect a certain way and keep it, but sometimes you're unaware of certain things going on and you want to know, like, man, should I keep it? Should I sell it? Should I buy it? So we created this show. First book up, we've got Truth, Red, White, and Black. If you guys remember, he was in I always say Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier, but this is the first appearance of Isaiah Bradley. Sith, it's your turn.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, wouldn't the time to flip this when that show was going on? So, I mean, at this point, right? I mean, if you have it, still, I mean, I guess you missed the boat. I don't know where the current prices are, but you know, for me, I'm there's some modern books that I'm getting, but you know, I would probably, if there was a return, I would be putting that to a Path to a Key. You know, unless I really like this character. I thought he was dope, but yeah, I'm selling it.
Same for me, man. I'm putting all my money in his grandson. That's where I'm putting the money. But sell this one 100%. It's I don't think he'll come into the MCU that much more. Maybe like an appearance here or there, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a cool character, and obviously the role that he played in the MCU was awesome. But it was pretty clear that it doesn't really look like it's going to be leading into anything significant. Now they may do, maybe somebody will get the idea to do an origin story for him at some point, and Marvel decides to pull the trigger on that, but which would be cool, and sure, maybe it gives it another little bump or something like that. But that's really all that I could see going on with it, and that's pretty unlikely because I mean, as cool of a character as he is, it's still kind of a just like side of I guess more of like a supporting character. So
yep.
It's pretty unlikely. So yeah, I gotta agree. It's probably a sell for me too.
I like how Sith touched on it like right from the start, right? Like if you were flipping it during the show, you were probably going to get your max return, obviously, because it's like we always say, right in front of you, week to week. You don't know where they're going with the character until the end, right? Where we find out, hey, he did that. That's kind of like a period to the sentence. It's kind of over. But it's like Face and BC said, like, why? There's not really much they can do. And like, I know that I'm probably going to get some people be like, well, what do you mean? You're a loser. They could do whatever. I understand they could do whatever, but the guy in the show is like, what? He's old. His grandson's already there. Like BC said, his grandson is going to be the future. I think. And if they were to do like a prequel or like an origin story, I mean, you're really counting on, like, they can't make the actor of this look any younger. So I don't know what they could do there, what the value is, but 9/8 we're still going around 400, 450 Canadian.
Damn.
There is some, but it's a what if at this point, right?
Yeah.
I got too many books like this. You know what I mean? Like sentimental, like, hey, the first appearance of somebody or something. I don't need to kind of stack more of those. I'd rather wave a wand and like, get a key that I really want.
Yep.
But I will say this: there is one gentleman that all of us know, and I won't say his name because like I don't no shade on him. We've had this conversation many times, right? But there is a few people along with this one gentleman who are stacking this book. They really strongly believe in this book down the road, and that's fine, right? That's part of the whole game. But like, just I'd be careful with like the prices of how they are, because like even Raws are going for like 100, 120 bucks, right? So.
Yeah.
Are they stacking them because they love the character or because they're trying to future? Okay.
Yeah, they just keep saying future. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Because I get it. If you love this character, you know what I mean? We all love like a character or an athlete or somebody who wasn't a Hall of Famer, and you just collect that card or you collect that comic.
Yeah.
But if we're just talking fiscally, let it go.
For me,
it just seems like it's one of those. It's like a cool, PC piece. Like it's a great cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, other than that, I don't know. I can't see why you would want to stack a whole bunch of them. It's pretty much a closed storyline.
Yeah, no, man. For me, it's one copy for the PC, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hey, all right. It's clearly, we would all sell it. I don't think I've seen anybody say keep it. I've seen a few people in the chat saying, hey, I would keep it to read it. That's about it. But most of the chat has said, sell. And I think this is going to be a forgotten book at some point, because at what point are we getting the Winter Soldier again, or the Captain America and Bucky again? Or I forget what they changed the name at the end of the show. So
you said it sold for $483 Canadian?
Yeah.
Damn.
9/8. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely sell. Buy
Mhm.
yourself another key you care about, and save some money for beer, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, this is another one because of everything that's been going on with Winter Soldier and Falcon Winter Soldier in the show, and Captain America, Chris Evans kind of leaving, and then there's rumors of him coming back. Who knows? But this is another one, right? Premiere issue 100, or Captain America issue 100.
I'm keeping it because, first of all, it fits right in the personal collection, the timeline that I like. It's a great book, great character. And if you're priced out on, his earlier appearances, man, I mean, this is a great book to have, right? I mean, not everyone can afford, what is it? Avengers, was it 4?
4. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an iconic book. I'm keeping it myself.
Yeah, this is one for the PC, man. If you've got multiples and you want to make some money, by all means, right? But like, this is one. If I have one copy, it's not leaving. It's staying with me. I'll tell my son what it's worth in the future. You know what I mean? Like, if he wants to flip it once I'm gone, but it's staying with me, man.
So is it graded or is it raw?
Mine?
Yeah,
Raw.
He likes it raw.
Raw, baby.
Loves it raw.
You're just on a clip. You've just been on a clip.
I mean, it's Captain America 100. So yeah, it's a keep all day.
Why is nobody drinking besides me? Are you that on your clip guard?
Bro,
No,
smoking.
No, I just got off work. I got to go back to work at 6 o'clock, so that's why I'm kind of
I saw my man Black Crown with one of these. I'm like, come on, man.
I don't want to be that douche, man, but like I'm cutting back on carbs and shit.
You got to buy more comic books.
Like, if I'm on Saturday night's party night, I'll have my beer. But on a Tuesday night, man, that shit hurts next day.
I know.
Top. Yeah, if you
have like an old man,
have multiple copies, I would say keep one. These are pretty pricey. They're sought after. I'm kind of surprised at how cheap comparatively. Right, I know 1,700. The last sold right there, I put 8.5. I mean, $1,700 is a lot of money for something that's collectible. It's going to sit on a shelf, things like that. Disrespect to it, it's just 90% of the people would say that is a lot of money, but comparatively to his other keys, it is pretty cheap. One thing that I've always said about this cover, I love the way Black Panther's on this cover. It's like one of my favorite things about this cover is actually Black Panther. I've always said that. I'm not the biggest Captain America fan, but I would definitely have to still keep this. I mean, this is an iconic one. It's just like recently I've had people say, hey, man, what should I do with Journey to the Mystery 83? Yeah, that's not even a question. Keep it. Unless you're like, you can't feed, your family or put food on the table. That's a book you got to keep. They're just iconic characters. Why not keep it?
I just want to put it out there. There's actually a current auction ending in 11 minutes, and it's at $351 Canadian. So raw.
Damn, raw.
Yep.
What grade are they giving it? Like what condition?
Oh fuck! I closed that. Hold up.
And half the chat leaves to go to eBay.
Yeah, high grade is what they wrote. So.
Oh, okay. So that could be like 4.0.
Exactly.
Sith, do you own this one or no?
I don't, but it fits right in with what I'm stacking. So
yeah,
but there's a lot to buy.
Either, correct?
No, yeah, I don't have this.
Okay, so Black Crown is the only one that owns this book. All right.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's beat to shit. It'll never get graded.
Hey, you got it though.
Still good.
Yep.
All right. Moving on, we've got DC Presents number 47, first appearance of He-Man. This kind of spiked not too long ago because of that animated show that's coming out or is out. I can't remember.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, this as a personal collector, I would love this book. I don't own it. It fits right in with what I would collect. Now you're seeing a spike because of the show. I don't know how that show's going to be. So it's like if you're kind of like lukewarm on the He-Man thing, if you're not attached, then maybe you can flip this and get some returns. But if you're like me and you grew up with this character like I did, personally, I'm going to keep it. Business-wise, maybe I would take advantage of the hype of the show and let that go, trailer, whatever the next step is before that thing kicks off.
Yeah, I think the show drops real soon, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Put it on the bay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yep. But no, it's the same for me. See, like you just said, for me, He-Man is a lesser of a character that I'm like attached to. So if I had one, I would definitely flip it, cash out now before that hits Netflix, or even as it hits Netflix. So I'd get that money.
Man, I'm a big fan of He-Man and Masters of the Universe and everything like that, but I have a hard time thinking that it's a good buy at $970
That's a lot of money,
for
man.
the slab. Yeah, I would definitely look for it raw, because I feel like you could find some pretty decent copies raw, and get them slabbed rather than paying the premium for something slabbed on this one. But other than that, I mean, yeah, there's potential there. Just depends on how much faith you have in that He-Man series.
Yeah.
There's kind of been some mixed thoughts about what's going to happen with it and everything like that. I'm hoping for the best. Shit.
But we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, right. And it's a tough one for that. So you could definitely make your money right now if you bought in a while ago. So
Yeah, like who's buying now? I don't know.
right, exactly.
I think if you're buying this book now, you're late. You're late to
You're late to the game for sure.
Yeah. This was a book you should have been buying around like Christmas time, January, maybe February at worst case. But yeah, if you're buying it now, you're basically at that stage where, okay, I really want this book in my collection. You really think that this is going to be something huge. You really think that the book is going to be out of reach for you even after the show.
Or you find a nice raw copy.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, obviously, we've all seen the trailers for the cartoon. It looks okay. It looks decent. I've got a tough time with these animated shows, though, man. And not because it's DC. I know the chat's gonna be like, "Well, new, be easy. It's DC." But you guys heard me say on Sunday that MODOK show. I mean,
MODOK, he's making his own characters again.
Right? MODOK.
No. You guys.
What is it, like a cow?
That's great.
Hey, can you milk me?
Goes right next to the fucking masked bunny.
Oh boy.
God damn it.
I better see some MODOK memes tomorrow, man.
I'm a clip for life there. You guys know that show. It's terrible, man. Like I said it on Sunday. BC, you agreed with me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it sucks. Like I never watched MODOK, but MODOK's a terrible.
This is where I miss Hyper. I'm missing.
I'm starting to think that Newbie is a brilliant marketing guy, and he does this on purpose. Like he's got like a fictional character each show.
I love it.
Dude, imagine if like you try to like trademark one of these and you like just see my picture beside, like, no, it's taken by.
Yeah. I tried to buy MODOK.com, but Newbie owns it.
Oh man. Hey.
The trailer for this it looked pretty good and everything like that, but it really didn't reveal a whole lot story wise. So and I think that's the most contentious point about the series. Going into it is what people have heard that the series may focus on or be about or whatever. I guess like half the fan base is for it, and the other half is like, no, fuck that. We want old school He-Man.
Yo, side note, what Chad put, I actually had an Uncle Hyman. So I'm just telling you.
Yo, I will never, man, that one was probably one of the worst ones I did, was that one. But hey.
No. Even Reno's killed it with the little cow and doctor emoji.
Oh, man.
I love it.
Listen, what I'm interested to know though is, do you think a successful cartoon for He-Man could translate into like a real live action down the road, or do you guys think that that's going to just happen anyway, regardless of the show's success?
I don't know what you guys are hearing, but like being a fan of G.I. Joe, being a fan of all these different franchises, I've heard like part of the He-Man fan base doesn't like the comic or the idea of the cartoon. And if you're going in with a divided fan base, it's kind of like the G.I. Joe thing, right? I mean, if you read comics, right, Snake Eyes always had the hood on, the mask, and he was blonde. And so when you kind of have an unhappy fan base, how far is that going to go, right?
Yeah. I think
it's
the
not a good
one
way to start.
like, sorry, Face, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's not a good way to start. It's kind of wrong foot to start on.
Yeah. I think that they're capitalizing on this whole, and I say this whole thing, but like the nostalgia thing, right? Like it's back, right? G.I. Joe, we've talked about it a few times with like, Cadillacs and dinosaurs, Transformers, all that stuff. Like, oh shoot, what's another one? I can't think of like any other ones, but like, just that nostalgia thing of like, those collectors that are in their late 30s, 40s, even 50s, they're buying all that stuff. Like, Nam was another one, or Nam, depending on how you say it. Just all that nostalgia stuff. It's coming back, right? So
we'll let that one slide, newbie. Nam, Nam, that one.
Thanks,
not newbie verse.
I appreciate it. But
yeah, that one's been
I'm interested
taken.
to see it, man. I'm really interested. Like, as Sith would say, growing up in Ecuador, even though not from there. But when I was growing up as a kid in South America, He-Man was very popular. There was a lot of action figures and, a lot of kids, there's a photo of me with like a sword and, doing this. And I guess I was saying I was He-Man. My grandma always calls it the He-Man picture, but like it does have a following. So I'm interested to see how this show plays out for sure.
Can we get that on a T-shirt? You with a sword like that?
There it is.
With slaying the Mooduk?
Mooduk.
Now wait a minute. Did you say you're Uruguayan, right?
Yeah.
But then you said Ecuador.
No, because you said I was from Ecuador.
Okay.
Like, yeah. No.
Well, all I know is you escaped to the Arctic, right? You're on the run, and the Uruguay bounty hunter is gonna come bring you back, man.
Uruguayan bounty.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a show, man. I would pay to see that show. It's a good one.
Sounds like a franchise.
All right, Face. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. But first off, we got to hear what our Uncle Sith has to say. This is Vote Loki #1 before the show. Everybody went goo gaga for this one. Everybody went crazy. Sith.
Yeah, I mean, I'm selling it. It would have been better to sell it before the season ended, but there's going to be more. People are still hyped on that show. Like right now, you're still like on good feelings, man. I'm not attached to this book. I would let it go. I don't really know like what kind of prominence this is actually going to have in the show. So let's put that on the eBay, Instagram sale, whatever. Get it out of my collection.
You nailed it again. So same.
I get the trade paperback, man.
Yeah, dude, and it's selling for 40 to 80 Canadian raw. So like, definitely capitalize now. You kind of missed the bus. You know what I mean? Like it just took off. I would have sold it a little earlier, but at that price range, you can get like a first appearance of someone else way more significant. So,
right, should have already sold it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I bought this a little bit before the series, and I honestly didn't buy it for any spec reason or anything like that. I bought it just to save myself from having to pay a premium for it later, because like I'm a Loki fan and I love this cover, and when I got it, I think I got it for like $15. I couldn't validate paying $40 for it then. I damn sure wouldn't do it now. It's a cool cover, but it's a cool story. That's really it. Like it's there's not much there as far as spec value or anything like that. It's kind of always going to be a side version of Loki. So it's never going to be the main.
But dude, for that coin, you could literally pick up like a first Jubilee or something. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's cool. It's a great cover. I love it. Don't get me wrong. And that's why I wanted to get it before the prices went up on it.
So I lucked out. I lucked out on this one because I had a copy. I found a copy for $5, and then I was actually given one as an AOK from Mr. Universe X. So if you guys don't know who that is, make sure you guys go tune in. He's got a lot of good spec and stuff like that. He is usually on with like TiVo, like in the chat, Pressable Defects, guys like that. Sometimes here. So yeah, he sent me one in AOK. I loved it. I kept the one he sent me. I have it in my collection, and then I sold another one and I sold it at the well before the show, where I got, I think it was like 80 or $90 for it.
Oh yeah, you picked
it
the
was
right
pretty
time to
good.
go.
Yeah, it was really good. I had no connection to it. I mean, it's a cool cover, but at the same time, I think the only thing that kept this book alive was the trailer, right? And like Sis said, you should have sold it before the end of the season. I actually disagree. I think you only had until episode 4 when we actually get we finally see that Loki is actually a different variant, and they turn on him, right? Like it's like I'm talking about when like actual Loki goes down, kid Loki or whatever, and then that Loki's, the guys turn on him.
Yeah,
we saw that in the trailer. We kind of expected that, oh, okay, that's going to be Loki, that's going to be a different multiverse, whatever. It could be something, blah, blah. But it wasn't. It was nothing. And I think once that episode aired, I think that was kind of it, unless you really wanted the cover, right? Because there are people that really just want the cover. But other than that, I mean, there is no spec value to it. There's nothing really to it. I think it's time to sell it. Right now, unfortunately, you're probably not getting much for it just simply because it's over and you're not really going to see that variant, right?
Yeah, I mean, of all the Loki variants, I think that were, mainly talked about going into the show, he was kind of like the least likely one to stick around anyway. I mean, because, Lady Loki and Kid Loki, obviously being as they could be portrayed by, different actors and actresses and everything like that. That's more workable than, just having another Tom Hiddleston running around. As cool as that would be.
Yeah.
Miguel here is saying, oh shoot, we got to bring up a comment. Spec is risky in the Disney Plus shoes. I know he means shows. It's true though, right? I mean, it.
Oh, for sure. Before
this year, right before WandaVision, I mean, even Loki, even Winter Soldier, things like that. Week to week, the spec changes, right? Like, let's look at.
Oh yeah.
The last 6 weeks, like everybody's, no, it's this character, it's this character, it's this, it's that. It's different from when we're expecting a movie to come out, right? Like now with these shows, I think it's just like a different ball game, a different, it's a different game when you're speccing and things like that, because now you're connecting all the dots, you're going week to week, you're doing Easter eggs. And I've always said this, I don't know how people make these videos like the next day or like, Thursdays, Wednesday afternoon, it was like videos of like 750 Easter eggs you missed in Loki. I'm like, 750 Easter eggs, man. Like, this is like, it's crazy. I don't get it.
Cocaine, and they don't sleep.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, Flag Smashers, dead. Brad is saying maybe do an alligator Loki.
Hell yeah.
I'd watch that all day.
Yeah.
I already said if they don't use Croaky or Loki Gator or whatever we're calling them as the big bad for Pet Avengers, man, I'm fucking done with Marvel.
What do you think? Who do you think was your MVP in the Loki show?
The alligator.
Yeah, I'd say alligator or Sylvie.
Man, classic Loki when he fucking raised Asgard, though. That shit was dope.
Yeah, man.
Can he get better hair though? I mean, like, he's dope, but that hair, I mean, it's just kind of like bunching up back there.
Who's that?
Loki. The hair, man.
Oh.
He kind of got the behind the ear mullet, kind of like it's all right back there.
I would have to say Sylvie as well. Loki, I mean, he wasn't. Maybe the first 2 episodes, I was like, yeah, but then afterwards, I think it was just all Sylvie and stuff like that. I think she's going to be around for a long time. Automatic Comics, Mr. Ryan's in the house. However, Kang was not in the show. It was Immortus that was in the show, and I will argue that, and I think DC is with me on that one. You guys got to remember he had that gold medallion or whatever you want to call it. Immortus has that, so I don't know. I'm just going with Immortus there. I think that's Immortus. So
is this where you say I was right, or I'm still waiting?
Yeah, you were right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I was agreeing with you though. That's the thing. So
I know.
Right, because you're, that was my thought process too. So, not Immortus either. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, right. I think it's just gonna be He Who Remains. He's just gonna be his own thing.
Give me my moment, man.
I got that first appearance,
I'm sorry,
man. I'm
but
happy with
that's
that.
kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, I think he's just gonna be his own thing.
But they didn't really name him other than that. You know what I mean? He's not
Right, exactly.
named the Mortis or anything. So I do think if, you know, we're going to be seeing multiple Kangs, there's a good chance we do get the actual Immortus, the Living Tribunal. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting for Nathaniel.
That's the thing. Leaving Immortus open still leaves another Kang that they could play with. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Owen Wilson's character too, guys. We forgot about him, but Owen Wilson's character did a really good. Like, I won't lie, you know, and Face, you know this because we started doing it before, you know, BC was in our chats. But like, I had my doubts with it. I was kind of thinking like it was going to be a little bit corny. I didn't think it was going to connect, but I mean, right from the first episode, I was like, okay, yeah, he's really good. Yeah,
Give him a jet ski, man.
He did. He fucking killed it.
Give him a jet ski,
bro. They should have had his variant be what, Hansel from Zoolander, right? Like they should have brought him in for a cameo. That would have been dope.
Dude, I saw that meme. You know how they had like when Loki went in, like got pruned, and then like he wakes up and like all like the variants of Loki, or somebody did that meme with like Owen Wilson's character, and it was like it had cons and stuff. Yeah, that's funny. Like Sylvie isn't Enchantress. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? I mean, it could connect.
I mean, it seems that you know, it's kind of something that they're doing in the MCU is they're doing their own little spin on characters too. So
yeah. You know, just before we get off, there's going to be a lot of Kang and maybe a lot of Loki.
Guy.
So,
that's clip.
Would you spec on Ramatut? I would. Fantastic Four number 19. I love that cover. I've been trying to locate a good priced cover, but I mean, guys, let's be real. We're going to see every version of Kang this one.
Yeah, it seems like there's a good possibility you're definitely going to see multiple versions of Kang. I mean, it kind of feels like that's what Marvel wants to lean into, is that, you know, that multiverse, that multiple versions. So.
Yeah. I still think Nathaniel is going to be the big one in the MCU. Like, he's going to play a big, important role, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to just go into short boxes and grab those 2 books out and be like, oh yeah, I got these. You know, I paid like $4 for them.
There you go.
These 2 right here.
Yeah, the Avengers books. Yeah. I mean, it's like, but I collect that. That's, you know, I'm building a Bronze Age full run. I mean, it's like those are personal collection books.
Nice.
Shit.
I've got a video coming out on Thursday.
I bet you do.
Thursday. Oh, you know what? It's either tomorrow or Thursday. I didn't want to spoil it. BC knows. You know, what's it called? Face, Hyper, Keys. They all know because like I was too excited. But I'll give you guys a little preview. I went to that comic warehouse and I bought 11 copies of a certain book, and they were $1. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys because I'm trying to get a certain grail. I kind of sold some, and yeah, people just are eating this stuff up. It's really crazy. I've kept some for my PC, obviously, but like people are just going nuts for a lot of this stuff. We're kind of getting into that territory now where like Kang is on any cover, and people are just going nuts.
It's like Star Wars, man. When you could have any Star Wars book, didn't matter if it was a key or whatever. It could be the first appearance of my sack, and you know, people are like, I gotta have that, man. You know, they're just throwing money at Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars, I think, is like
the beanbag.
A little more.
You gotta throw it up.
Yeah,
do it. Beanbag.
Oh yeah, okay.
Beanbag it.
Boom.
Hey, you know, it's something when the actual creators of this comic, Space Bastards, are doing hashtag beanbag, right? So,
yeah. Oh, Bleecker, I gotta take you, dude. So here's what happened. So I work in Burlington, which is like halfway between my city and like where this comic shop is. So realistically, I was like already like 40 minutes in. So then I would have to like come back like an hour and then drive back, you know, so it was just kind of one of those. I did it really random. So, you know, that's kind of how it worked. I'm glad I went because there was, you know, there was a bunch of Kang stuff there and they were $1. And like I say in the video, this place, the whole room downstairs is $1.
Damn.
They have some $3 bins, but if you buy enough, they'll just give you everything for $1 anyway. So
that doesn't really exist here in SoCal, man.
Yo, Montreal, we get raped on comics, bro. It's terrible. Yo, it's impossible.
And here's the thing, though. Like, you guys will see in the video, like, the books, and some people have mentioned some books, and I've posted some, but like, if the shops knew that like they had those books for adult, they could see that they were selling for $30-40 on eBay. You know what I mean? So like,
well, they watch newbie comics.
Yeah, are they just bad at business or what? I mean,
No, dude, this is one of the the really well-known shops / warehouses that we have here in Southern Ontario. It's like the guy's done, cons and shows all through Canada, US, everywhere, man. He's well known, and it's just he has so many goddamn books, right? Like,
yeah, doesn't know what he's got.
If he's in a position that he can, afford to do that, hey, that's fucking awesome.
But I have my LCS like paying attention to my posts now. You know what I mean? Like if I post a book, he's like, "Oh, okay, I saw that book you posted. I went to my boxes and pulled that out and set that aside." So it's like, the smart ones, they're paying attention to guys like us, what we're posting.
Yep.
And now you know why I'm a fucking avatar.
Hey, but that's also key to, not just spec people or whatever, but like, make sure you secure a copy before you start talking about it. I think that's always important too, where like, people start saying, go get this, like, I didn't start talking about certain books until like I had my own copies, and I had, because I believe in the book, or I like the book, right? Sometimes people don't want to do it because they want to put out a book in the community, see if it transpires into something, and then they're too late on even getting their own book, right? So like, I don't know. That's just how I do it.
As you were going to this warehouse, were you feeling a calling to the Arctic? Is there something that's drawing you further north from Uruguay to the Arctic?
Actually, it's more east.
Okay.
But no.
I'd see.
Still fucking cold either way.
It's hot as hell here, man. It's like, and I'm not complaining. I love it. I love the heat.
I think we hit 35 today.
Yeah, today was sticky and stormy, but yeah. And I always tell people, I'm like, listen, I'd rather.
It was just his pants.
Wait, you're still wearing them?
Yeah. Is everybody wearing pants right now?
No. Hell no.
Wait. Let me stand up.
Oh, geez. Oh, man. Montreal, we have future pricing. Yeah, probably. They pay attention when you buy more than 2 copies. That's why I hide some. Yeah, that's true, too. But, I mean, I didn't have any issues. And you guys will see. You know what? I'll post it tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post it tomorrow. Tomorrow or tonight, whatever. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Next book, and we're sticking with Loki, guys, but this is another one. Another one that a lot of people were talking about prior to the show, and, this was going crazy and blah, 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 blah. But this is Agent of Asgard #2, first appearance of Lady Loki.
Yo, I just got to say, I gave this book out an entire run for the Spine Tick 750. Wow. So one of our lucky winners got that book from me. And, again, this is something that I would have already unloaded, during the hype and the excitement for that show, because this is not a personal collection book for me personally, right? I would flip this pancake, put that money towards something that I really want.
Yep. I'll be honest with you, yo, before the show even came out, and I'm talking like months prior, I have like a 2-cell box, and this was in there. And I was getting ready to sell the entire run for like not even $20. And then this like spec came around, and I'm like, whoop, it's going to stay right there. I haven't sold it yet, but I'm going to sell it real soon for sure. No, it's not worth holding for me.
Yeah, I mean, I have it as part of a run that I got for cover price. So luckily, I didn't have to try and chase it down or anything for the show or anything to try and secure it before it went up in price. But it really doesn't look like it's went up all that high or anything. It was a pretty good pretty good run. And I mean, if you could find a raw copy for $9, that's still not really too bad, I guess. Yeah, if you can find it on that low end and you want to read it, it is a good read. But other than that, yeah, I wouldn't buy it for any type of premium price at all.
I think Vancouver said it best. His comment, that cover is ass.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. It's a shit cover.
I'm very curious. Do you guys, because realistically, if you were going on spec value for this, I mean, I know our team and people close to us and things like that. Like prior to that second episode, because that's when we got her. A lot of people were saying, "Hey, it's Lady Loki, whatever." And this book, like, if you actually go back that second week that the show was on, this thing was hot. But then we found out it actually wasn't a Lady Loki, right? It was Sylvie. But do you think it's a failed spec, or do you think that we could get some sort of Lady Loki like in season 2?
Shit, I mean, it's so open-ended, you know what I mean? It's like anything could happen. But for me, I'm just moving it on.
Yeah.
There's so many things to invest in, and if I can flip that thing right now and turn that into tangible cash, let someone else deal with that.
Yep.
That question mark.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
You look at it like this: we're getting to season 2, and we've already had multiple versions of Tom Hiddleston Loki, so it's possible that there might be multiple versions of Sylvie out there. So you could maybe see a Lady Loki show up for a minute, but even if she does, it's still like another scenario like President Loki. Like it kind of feels like it'd just be like a one-off. It's not really much as far as spec value.
Yeah.
Quick spike.
Yeah. I don't know. I think everything spec wise is like, Kang, X-Men, all that stuff. I think everybody's still waiting for that first mutant, but we've already got our first mutant.
We got the first mutant.
What about Lady Newbie? Would you guys spec on that?
Ooh.
That's the dicey proposition right there.
but still with the facial hair.
Oh well, with the facial hair, then that's gotta be a premium for sure.
Oh my god,
the facial hair variant.
It's 2021, people. It's 2021.
There it is, Ursa Major,
Lady Loki,
first mutant.
Honestly, MCU. You know what? I'm with Swaggle House. Big shout out to Swaggle House. Good friend of the channel. Been doing some stuff with him. Actually, Swag, if you're listening, I forgot to message you back, so I apologize. That's on me. It's just been a long week. I will contact you either after the show or tomorrow. I promise, but I apologize. That's on me.
Sounds like date night.
So next book. Let's see if we keep the Loki, the Kang going. Nope.
Oh no.
Venom 3. You guys already know what this is. This is the first appearance of Lady Newbie. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn. I don't know, man. In the nightclub downstairs. Yo, I got this book, and I got all the relevant books with this. And it's hard to say. I mean, I would like to have the cash for those books. I've just been lazy, and it seems like right now things are kind of I haven't been paying attention. But it seems like it's cooled down quite a bit, right?
Yep.
But, if there's some momentum, it can pick back up again. Remember when there was all the rage, especially that, the null cover? So,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you got it, if you're bag holding, what does it hurt to hold it for a bit, right? That's kind of my position right now. I own this book, and it's worth less than I paid. So I'm keeping it, and I'll let it go when there's some sort of a pickup in it.
Yep. If you have the third print as well, like I see Null coming back at some point. You know what I mean? He was a big success. Like I feel like everybody was on that train. Everyone enjoyed him. The character. He was probably one of the like big villains to come out in a while. That was so badass. You thought he was going to take over the whole universe, and then that ending was like, meh. I'm being honest. It wasn't the best ending on what I was hoping for, but he'll be back. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold Venom 3.
It's a variant. Newbie.
Newbie.
The evil version of Newbie.
I thought the regular version was evil.
Well, Man, I like the chat's comments are all over the fucking place on this book. It's interesting because it's kind of one of those things where it feels like it's sort of dead spec as far as the Marvel Comics universe, but maybe there's potential to see something there in like the movies or something someday. Who knows? If you've got it, it wouldn't hurt to hold it, I guess. You know, you could sell it and make a couple bucks if you know, especially if you grabbed it for cover price right now. There's always the potential, though, that, yeah, I mean, it does end up losing value over the time if they never do anything with this character in live action. So it's kind of one of those risks that you take. For me, I would just say, you know, I would keep it right now. I would just hold on to it and see.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it just depends on, you know, your situation with the book.
Right.
If you have the luxury of being able to do that, great. Some people don't. So, you know, maybe you need to try and go ahead and flip this to catch the next grail that you're on to or whatever. So,
But I also
fits into that slot.
I don't see it going lower than it is now. You know what I mean? Like, how much more can it crash? Like,
not crash.
I mean, it just depends. You know, over the long run, if they never do anything with the character again, it could fucking crash a lot.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing too. Is you know. I brought this comment up right here from Ancient Mariner. Everyone is holding Venom 3 because they are afraid to take a loss. I guess at any point, though, you can take a loss, right? Like, we've all come to that point with a book where we're like, oh, my God, should I just sell it now? You know, should I just, you know, take the loss, or not say the loss, but like maybe not take your maximum potential, right? So since, you know, we've had conversations about Giant Size X-Men and Hulk 181. You know, we both own it, but like you said in the past, you've sold it, right?
Right.
And you wish that you didn't because of what you see the book now. But like, if it's kind of dangerous to play with that game, tying everything up and waiting. I mean, if you can be patient, that's great. But at the same time, you made profit, just you didn't make the up-to-date profit, right? So
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's like if I wanted this book, it's a great time to buy, especially you know, if you want to get null. If you're someone like me who I got 9/8 slabs of all the relevant books, you know, I got enough socks on my feet, enough food in my belly, so it doesn't hurt me to hold them, you know, for now. But yeah, I'm probably not selling them. But if I wanted to just clear the asset, I could say, well, you know, I had a gain in this other comic, and if I sell this at a loss, well, you know, it's kind of a wash. Now I got cash in my pocket. So like Faith said, whatever your situation might be, you can kind of figure that out. You know, for me personally, because I got the slabs and for what I paid, I'm just going to hang on. But funny thing, remember, I forget what that show was, but there was a trailer and everyone got crazy. Like, oh man, Null's coming, because there was a symbol on the wall.
Yeah.
It was
Remember
Carnage. It was Carnage with the glass shit in the back.
Yeah.
There was some like, and people were like, "Oh man, it's coming!" You know, Null's symbol and all that. So that was kind of funny.
Way too early. What the?
I think it's way too early. I think Null is in the same category for me as like Punchline, where it's like, okay, it's successful. It's way too early though. I mean, if you look at what's going on, but I mean, I also go hero over villain, and I get it. You know, I think there was somebody in the chat who put Null will be the generational villain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that just yet. I mean, if you bought it at cover, like a lot of people did, you know, and like Sith said, you know, you got socks on your feet, food in your belly. It doesn't hurt you to keep it now. I mean, why would you sell it for the short? Just keep it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would keep it myself, but I would also buy it if it came to a good price. Like, I'm not chasing this book by any means. Like, if it comes my way, I'm able to work out a reasonable deal. Great. But I'm not. This isn't on my radar at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And you know, there is something else to consider too. Even whenever you take out the, you know, the null factor in this, it still is kind of one of those books where it's sort of a cover buy too. You know what I mean? Like kind of like I guess. You're talking. I guess a good comparison would be like that Detective Comics 880, you know, like the Jock cover, you know, that's not really even a significant issue or anything like that. It's just kind of a cool cover, and you know, it has a premium for that. Now, granted, it's a lot lower print run too, but you know, this is just a cool cover that people like. So, you know.
How many pairs of socks are y'all wearing? Should I be wearing
three, right?
Socks or lava?
And do they smell?
So, how much? This is a good question. How much would you guys pay for this book now?
I wouldn't go.
I mean, I wouldn't even be like, for me personally, I wouldn't even be buying it, right? Like you said, newbie, like you got other things that you're interested in. I mean, I got a shopping list of books I want. This isn't even like, the top of the list.
Yeah.
So like you said, if you're digging and boom, like, or you walk into the LCS and it's on the wall and you can work out a deal, great. But if I'm on eBay and I'm like, these are my 10 books, like this is not in my top 10 right now.
I think and BC, maybe you can get it because you're usually like quick with it, but like 9/8. I mean, first off, you gotta keep in mind which one are you getting? Are you getting this cover 8? Or are you gonna be getting the third print, right? Which is like on the cover, because that is also a big price difference, right?
That's the dope cover right there.
Yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, the 9/8 of the third print is already like it's still within the $500 to like $700 range Canadian. So it's not dipped to like the $300 point. I know that this one was sitting there at about 300 Canadian. Raw, I've seen it hit 100, which is considered low because back when the null hype was there, it was at double, if not maybe even a bit more than that.
I think you see another spike with this book, like come, October, when, Venom 2 comes out, because those people, like Sith said, that went crazy over that, whatever.
Chasing every fucking spiral in the movie.
A little hype, and then once that movie's over, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, he's not in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, this movie, like, this is
because people are sitting there wondering, and then the FOMO kicks in. It gets in their mind, like, oh, I need those books. I mean, yeah, that would be a great text. I got, the 3 of them, right? You had this one, the Dylan, and the other one. Yeah. So it's like, that'd be a good time. Right now, if I try to unload my 9/8 slabs and that, I'll be just like, I just wait 3 more months.
Yeah.
Why not?
And shout out.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, shout out to everybody who sold those fucking Venom 3s, the third print, 9/8 at like $1,000, because that's good money, man.
Yeah, but you know what though? Could you just imagine if they drop the end credit sequence or scene and just says Null is coming?
Oh fuck!
Fucking book $1,000 overnight.
Yeah,
you still made $1,000, yo. So
yeah, but you know what's gonna be funny if that happens? You're gonna see a lot of people posting those eBay messages like, "Hey, sorry, my
yeah, right, exactly.
My dog.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't have this book.
Shit like that."
But guys, to see a modern book in a short period of time hit $1,000, like, yo, that's impressive. Like, you got to give credit where credit's due. It's
here's a book that if anybody,
Star Wars, man.
If anybody is looking to push it and let's get it trending.
Yeah.
Ludocrats #1. Let's get that book going. Let's do something, because I got 2 copies.
I'm gonna post it.
You know the way to do that, newbie, is all you do is you attach a #beanbag along with it, and then they'll go viral.
And there is an abundance of beanbags in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. All right, next book, guys.
Especially catfish beanbag.
Oh yeah.
We're sticking cosmic, and this is Eternals #1. If you don't know what this is, I can't explain it anymore.
I got this book, man. I got it in a slab. I think it's like a 9.0. It's a personal collection book for me. I got it before, I mean, as there were talks about it, but not at the height, because it's a book that I wanted, and I just didn't want to like face what you were saying, right, about what President Loki. You wanted that book. You just wanted to pay less for it.
Right.
That's the same that I did with this. I bought it for myself because I wanted it for the personal collection. I paid less for it.
Yeah.
Right.
If I wasn't attached to the book, then obviously, you're going to be selling this as we're getting closer to, the Eternals actually happening, right? Which, I mean, we've all seen the trailer and all that sort of thing. So, it just depends on your situation. Personal collection, I own it. I'm holding it. I'm keeping it for myself. Yep. If I wasn't attached to it, I'm going to be letting it go based on, where we are with, when is that? When is it coming out?
I think it's November.
Yeah, November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, with the trailer and everything, I mean, that's a good time too. I mean, it depends on what you paid for it, right? Why, if you're trying to buy it right now, like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree. I'll wait till it comes to me, but that's what, it's perfect that you say that. And Swaggle says this, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same as you, Sith. Like, for me, it's more personal than it is like I don't really fully care about the Eternals. Like, I'm gonna put it out there, but Jack Kirby It's
Yeah.
it's that just the
History.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like it's a classic, at least in my eyes. So it's something that I would hold on to. If you have multiple copies, definitely cash out when the movie drops. But I think the Eternals movie is going to play a very important role in the MCU. You know what I mean? It's the Eternals. We're going to see many things take place that are going to impact as well. But if you've got multiples, go for it. Sell when the movie hits, but I would hold, especially my personal copy. Like, I wouldn't move it.
Listen, you know what the best part of the Captain Marvel movie was?
The end?
No, this is a serious question. Bro, the trailers were the best part of the Captain Marvel movie because, like, the trailers look fucking good. When you watch the trailers before, the movie ever came out, like, it actually looked like it would probably be fairly decent. I don't think I've seen a Marvel movie have bad trailers. At least one of them is almost always fire, and Eternals has not had that fire trailer yet. So yeah, I know there's another one going to be coming, like Swaggle mentioned, and kind of like Shang-Chi. Just the first trailer was kind of, I mean, it was cool, but the second trailer was the one that was really, the one that really fucking blew up. And I think you'll kind of see, I think you'll kind of see the same thing happen with Eternals. So I mean, I would say pretty much no matter what, this is kind of like a solid keep right now, just to wait on at least that second trailer to drop. But there's a lot of Jack Kirby awesomeness here too. So yeah, I'm kind of with Sith on this. This is one of those books that's a great book to have in your PC for sure. So, and it might be the time to scoop it up before the movie hits, and you can't find it at a lower price. So who knows?
All great points, gentlemen. 100% agree with all of you. I own this book. I have a 9.4. I paid $240, I think, for it, Canadian at the time. So, it is what it is. Right now, 9.4s are selling for about $600 Canadian.
Yeah, man.
But here's the thing. The trailer was garbage. I'll admit it. I'm looking forward to it because I feel like we're going to get a lot, being a fan of the cosmic stuff. So like Silver Surfer, a lot of the Fantastic Four, Galactus, Black Knight, like all this stuff, Adam Warlock. Like I said, there's a lot of possibilities here. And I think this is going to open it up. But yeah, like Faye said, I mean, I had just kind of remnants of the Shang-Chi trailer. Like the first one did absolutely nothing for me. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've said it on my, on our Sunday shows when we talk about it. I wasn't hyped at all. Like it didn't make me want to go see it. Like I was gonna see it, but like it didn't click in that it was a Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
That second trailer came, it was a beast. I thought it was amazing. I was like, holy shit! I think I played back the trailer like 4 or 5 times. It was that good. I can't wait to go see it now. The problem I think the Eternals had. And I don't even think it's a problem. I just think that they can't show you enough because of the fact that like Loki was still going on, like all this stuff. You guys have to remember a lot of this stuff has been delayed, right? Because of COVID, we're going 2 years without it. Like Black Widow should have already come out. Some of these shows were supposed to slated to come out before COVID as well, right? A lot of people forget that. So with that said, I think they were trying to hold back on it. I expect the Eternals 2 to be crazy. Like I feel like that is going to be the thing. I know Miguel H said I think Avengers 48 is the book. I think Black Knight is going to be massive. I have the book.
Yeah.
I paid $600 Canadian and I thought I overpaid for my 7.0. A 7.0 now is like $1,600. Like it is insane. That's just going to go up with that character, Kit Harington being on it, signed for 4 projects. It's going to be big. But I think Eternals overall is going to be big. Like, I really do. I regret not getting enough of these like 5 years ago when they were like $5 to $10 though. That's my only regret is not getting enough of them.
Yeah. And Noob, just a fun fact, because like we know that the Eternals are going to bring in the Celestials, right? So if you go on Google and just write Celestials and you check up in the MCU, you already see that they're going to be in Thor, the next movie, God in Thunder, whatever the hell it's called, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, dude. So
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
You guys are in newbie-verse territory now. Careful.
But yeah, hey, listen, I didn't go Moonlock on you. But yeah, man. So you know they're gonna be around for at least 3 movies. So
You guys,
in effect. So,
can I just get your opinion?
Yep.
Because I've been very honest and very upfront with a lot of people saying I really think that Marvel does mirror images, and I think that this book and this team is going to have the same effect that Guardians of the Galaxy had. Before Guardians of the Galaxy came out, nobody gave a fuck about them. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared. Everyone was like, eh.
Yep.
What really got that book going was the average fan of comics who didn't understand comics was like, oh my God, Chris Pratt. Oh my God, this, that. And it was funny. And, people, it was at the middle of like the Bradley Cooper hype, so you had all this thing going for it.
Yeah.
Here in this movie, the first trailer, I think it didn't hit because of the fact that you have the star power in the actors and actresses, but you didn't show it. So like what I mean by that is I showed that trailer to people I know nothing about comics.
Yep.
And after I showed them this trailer, they're like, what the hell was that? Like they were like, I don't get it. Right. And I think that the next trailer is going to change that, because I think the next trailer, we're going to see more of like the Angelina Jolie, Kit Harington, like they're going to be able to show off a bit more. And that average person who doesn't watch comics or doesn't get into anything comic is going to see that trailer and be like, oh, Angelina Jolie's in it. I'm going to go see it. Right?
So you think they're going to course correct on that then? They're going to make the better trailer to connect with the audience that you said, right? Like Lady Sith, she's all about Chris Pratt. She loves Guardians, right? Yeah. She wasn't reading comics. Yeah. She loved that movie because, Rocket and Chris Pratt.
Yeah. But I think that's going to happen. But I think strategically they couldn't show too much in that first the first trailer because of everything that was going on. That's just my opinion.
So yeah, exactly. Guardians, we got to admit, James Gunn knocked it out of the fucking park. Like he killed it. So I think that was a big key as to why the movie's so good. But when it comes to this movie, I also feel they don't want to reveal too much.
Yeah.
Maybe, that's the route they're going. They're just giving you the bare minimum, but that's it. I think the movie, we're going to get a shit ton more of stuff, and we'll see, man.
I've had people say, Noob, I could totally see this book being one of those, not generational in the sense of like it's going to be an AF-15 of a book, but like I've heard people say in a few years, this book could be massive because of the impact that they have. So if you're one of those people who has 20 copies of it, just keep one because you never know. So. Talk
about obscure, right? I mean, I was collecting back, not at this time, but shortly after, and I didn't even read the Eternals back then. I now own this book, and I went and bought the rest of the keys in this run, just to get those done. But it's kind of like based on the reputation of the MCU. I mean, we've already seen, right, like that they do quality stuff, right? They haven't missed, right? I mean, people can say Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, but I mean, for the most part, right, everybody is on board. And then you also have the fact that people are pent up and they want to go see a movie, right? I still haven't been to the theater, right? It's been more out of laziness because I got Disney Plus. It's like, oh, I could sit and fart and watch Black Widow in my living room. You know what I mean? But I mean, like, if they're not offering it, I'm going to go out and I'm definitely going to go see it.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I was going to be like, don't you fart in the theater? And then like the clip of when Frank Grimes goes to Homer Simpson's house where he's like, you've been to space? And then Homer's like, you've never been? Like just so casually. I feel like that clip for whatever reason just went in my head. I don't know.
Damn, you added so much more into that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is. In the chat is going crazy. We got Swaggle, we've got Moonlight, Michelle. There's a few people saying don't sleep on issue 2 and issue 3.
Picked them up already.
Yeah,
Picked them up.
I think that's really those books super cheap to this day. They were dirt cheap like months ago, even before the trailer. Even now, like I feel people are sleeping on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Go watch a Sith Lordly video like I don't know, not too long ago. I was showing those off.
Yeah. Show off.
Is Jack Kirby awesome?
All right.
Okay. First of all, where's the clip of Newbie saying cocoon? Right? I
Yeah,
mean,
we
like,
need that right now.
yeah, I mean that forever when I see this book now, and I own this book, I would think about you, bro. The cocoon. So
That shit was great.
I think we needed that clip, but yeah, I mean, it's
Oh,
like
definitely.
right. I mean, like we saw the cocoon, right? I mean, the thing with Warlock, like how many damn, like I got all those books, right? He's so high maintenance. The first appearance here, and then this one, and him, and the Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
I got all of them. I mean, it seems like he's ripe for, coming in whenever they fully do that. These are all personal collection items for me. I own all of the books. I've had them for many years. I'm holding them. And if I was going to try and capitalize on them, I'm definitely holding them until there's a point where, hey, there's some hype. Let's sell it. Right now I'd be buying,
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that this particular issue is the one I'd be going for. Mostly the Thor 165, the Marvel premiere. I mean, if you find one, sure, grab it. Or if you have it in your collection, dude, $980 for first appearance of a cocoon. Like, sure, get rid of it. Do it.
I mean, two-thirds of the market, pretty much doesn't give a shit what your opinion of what the Adam Warlock book is, because obviously you fall into that other third as to which one it's going to be. So there's really no wrong way to go. If you see any of the Adam Warlock books, it's worth it to grab it if you can find it for the right price, because
yeah,
like I said, it really doesn't matter if you believe in that particular issue or not. Somebody does. And it's a character that is highly likely, to come to the MCU. They've pretty much already, they haven't announced it, but it's been heavily hinted at that they really want to bring Adam Warlock in and have him in that MCU playground. So yeah, you really can't go wrong with these. And I mean, it's you're not going to see a lower price until we get them. So
what is he even doing in modern comics right now? Like, when's the last?
Nothing really.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. I mean,
yeah, right.
They want to do so much with him, but like he ain't. I haven't read him in a story lately.
Space Jesus, man.
And
he had like a tan, like a very orange colored tan,
Yeah. From Ecuador, man.
But
Donald Trump.
That cocoon already made its way into the MCU.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Here's the thing that is, man, like let's keep up with what's going on, right? Like Kang, Kang with all the different whatever. I mean, like Dan said, he's been collecting for 50 years. I have not been collecting for 50 years. I am not that old. But in that long period of time, I've never heard anybody say high maintenance on a character. But Sith is right. I mean, when you look at what could be, what is, I think you just run into the people who are, well, I own this book, so this is the first appearance. Well, why did you get that book? Well, it was the cheapest one out of all three. Okay, so I can't have this conversation with you because you're talking about a financial reason why you have the book. You bought the book because it was the cheaper of the three. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean it is the right book.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see. I think the sleeper book right now is Marvel Premiere #1. I think that one is probably the cheaper out of all of them. He's on the cover, he's in costume, things like that. So I don't know. I might make a play at that one. I am a Fantastic Four fan. I love it. I've owned this book many, many times when it was like nothing. But it's an ugly cover. I really do think that Thor 165 is the one to have. But I think he's going to be big regardless. Like I think Adam Warlock is going to have a big impact. I think we're going to see him throughout a lot of movies, shows, reference, things like that. So I think holding on to any of these is probably a good idea, except Fantastic Four 66. Don't come at me with, well, it's the cameo. No. That Fantastic Four 66. I mean, if you can get it for very cheap, yeah, grab it. I mean, it's Fantastic Four early, right? But other than that, like, don't come into the Adam Warlock debate with that book, please.
Yo, I think you should cosplay as the Cocoon, man. I think that's what the people want to see. Like I like to see you like
I want
shuffle
to see
in
it.
with that whole fucking like with just your head sticking out above the cocoon.
But
That
yo,
would be-
question about Warlock, because in the MCU, I had seen a comment. I can't see it now, but someone mentioned that Warlock is like beyond tied to the Infinity Stones. So like,
Yeah.
what is he gonna do in the MCU? Like with the Infinity Watch, you know what I mean? Like this is really his story. So I don't see where it goes. You know, Cocoon.
we already had like 2 variants of newbie during this show.
Here's the thing that I would rebut to that. To your point, Black, not to the Cocoon Bee or whatever. I feel like that's gonna be or something.
That's a clip right there. Cocoon bee.
God damn it.
I better see your head on a fucking cocoon tomorrow as a meme. Cocoon bee.
Yo, I'm going to save a picture of Fantastic Four.
No, listen, here's the
That's the
thing.
leader of the newbie league of justice.
Cocoon bee.
Oh, fuck! I need a second. Hold on. The only thing
I
I would
don't know. I think we just made a franchise though.
Yeah.
the
I'm
only,
gonna cocoonbee.com. I'm gonna get that right now.
the only thing I would say to that is that in the Loki show,
Yeah.
I feel like that it wasn't. I don't think it was a coincidence that they showed the Infinity Stones and then said, "Oh yeah, they're everywhere," or like they're nothing to us, or we use them as coasters. Like I feel like
Right.
there's something hidden to that. I really do. I think there's more to it. So we'll see. But really quick, don't think about it too hard. Marvel Premiere 1, Fantastic Four 67, Thor 165. What is the book you get that explodes? Sith?
Yeah, in the costume. That's a good point. Because that's what we would see in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Marvel Premiere 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
I own them all, but
Same. That's the one I want, man.
Yeah. Ed Face?
I mean, I think you're gonna see a rise in all of them. To be honest,
100%.
for sure.
But you pick one. Which one?
If I can get any of them, shit. Probably Thor 165. Yeah.
bare chested.
I only have Thor 165 currently. So
Yeah, isn't he like all bare chested in that one?
Yeah.
Like in a loincloth or some shit? Like
Yep.
we're not gonna see that version.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, red Speedo, coming.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into some goodies here. Thor 617, first appearance of Kid Loki.
Yo, I mean, who knows what season 2 can bring? I mean, we may see more of him. I'm personally I thought it was cute to watch on Disney Plus, but like I'm not attached to the character. So if I could take advantage, if I pick this up on the cheap and I could flip it for something that I want right now, I don't have any problem doing that because I'm going to be taking that $5 I paid for it and getting $60 towards something else. Right. I would do that all day. But it could rise more, but do you want to wait till next season? So I think for me, I'm not attached to the character other than enjoying them on Disney Plus. So if I had it and I bought it on the cheap, I would sell it.
Yeah, same thing, man. I personally don't own it, but if I bought it low and with the current prices at like $650 Canadian, like that's a good return. Like, go buy yourself a key that you actually care about. I say this often because this is another book that I'm not attached to, but if you got it low, I'd go for the flip. Do I think he'll be back? 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'll like what I don't know if he'll do something so big in the MCU that gets this to another level. Like 650 is quite high for this book, I think.
Newbie, the LA Kings are in alignment on this. See, him and I.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, like you guys said, there's probably a good chance that it'll show up again in season 2, in some kind of role. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be anything huge.
Yeah.
Even if it is, really, what does it really matter? Again, this is kind of like the same conversation with like President Loki and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool if you're really into the character, but $650 fucking dollars for this, really? Like,
Yeah, man,
nah,
that's a lot of
I'm
beer.
good. Yeah, I'm good on that. Definitely sell if you can get that for it. Shit,
A lot
yeah,
of Turok ones.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Other than
Swag
that, no, I
said
can't.
first appearance of this is actually Journey into the Mystery 100.
Journey into the mystery.
Right?
You're making up stuff.
The mystery.
The mystery, whatever, man. Newbieverse, come on.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if I got 100 right now.
This one is the one that has gone up like crazy. I think the character did really well. I mean, talking to a lot of people or seeing what people were saying about the show. I mean, for a while, Kid Loki was the MVP. A lot of people had it. I think it was kind of cool and dark when he was like, Loki actually said, "What are you like? What did you do?" Right? And he was like, "I killed Thor." Right? And it was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, it was dark.
It was a little dark.
Psychotic, like school shooter. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we could see him in season 2. I know there was a comment saying like, well, we might see him like all grown up in season 2. It's possible. We'll see. We could see him in a totally different version or things like that. So I don't know. I just, like BC said, I would probably sell this if I can still get a high bidder for it and go get something else. Especially if my buy-in was cheap.
Yeah. 650 Canadian. Damn.
Yeah. I'm not paying $650 for this book. There's no way. I'm not getting my money back. Season 2 or not, I'm not getting my money back at $650.
No, I can't see it. Not really.
Well, let's stick with Thor. 364, guys.
Yeah, I mean, again, for me, this is a personal collection book. I like this run, this era. I certainly wouldn't be paying $378 for it.
No.
It's gone up.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe I would be tempted to even unload it if I paid $5 for it. I mean, it all depends where you're at, right? I mean, if you want it for the personal collection, then you're gonna hold it, right? Because just like White Vision and all the rest of them. But if you I mean, how hot can this stay, right? I mean, it's like, you could probably flip this and then buy it back later on the cheap. So if you want to go through all of that, it seems like you can sell it, make your profit, get it back later when things cool down. I don't know if you'd be so attached that you want to hold this no matter what, even if you are a personal collector. I certainly wouldn't be buying it right now at this price. I mean, why buy it when all the hype is out?
Yep. Again, same thing, man. It's a book personally I would sell. Like you can definitely $378 for first appearance of Throg. Like it's a lot of money. So I unless they go the Pet Avengers route, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I wouldn't continue specking on it. I hope we do get him back in the show because just that little glimpse of him jumping, I was like, I totally geeked out. I was like, oh, freeze, babe. But like other than that, it was like it's a book I'd sell 100%.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, I'll be honest. This is a buy at $20.
Okay,
but
$20.
But other than that, I mean, I actually did just buy this not too long ago for I think like $20. I think is what I paid for it. And again, this is one I just bought to grab it before any spikes made it crazy or anything like that.
I'd do that. I'd throw $20 for a raw.
Yeah, $20. Yeah, exactly. That was the limit that I was, paying for it or anything like that. And it's just, for a PC copy for me to have.
Yeah.
That's it. But I damn sure wouldn't pay $378 for it. Like,
hell no.
That's
a lot of pineapple pizza.
Right. I mean, I love Throg. I'm a huge fan of Throg, but still, that's a hell of a price to pay. I mean,
so what month was it? So in April, I made some waves saying, "Hey, Spider-Man Annual 22 Speedball." In my spec show, I talked about it. I said Speedball, and then I again said, "Hey, make sure you guys are looking for this book. I think there could be something here." And people laughed. Okay, rewind to February. I talked about this book, and people laughed. They're like, "No, you're crazy." I have, and I could post it tomorrow, but I have a comment and I never say names, but I have a comment being like, if you think this is going to be a $300 book someday, you're out of your mind, blah, 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 blah. Well, that day has come and passed. This book is selling way more than $378. So it just goes to show you what happens when something is on the screen, regardless for how long or whatever. We just get crazy in this community. Could this be something? Yes. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not attached to it. I don't want to keep it. I'm kind of, if I did have this book, I would be selling it. I just, I get the Pet Avengers thing, but I'd be selling it.
And Newbie, most important, the people in Ecuador knew you were right.
This is true. Go Ecuador. All right. Next book, DC is going to be pumped about this one, but we got Hulk #1, first Red Hulk. Or is it? Because there are some debates that this isn't the first Red Hulk, but
I let this go. And I had a 9.6, not a 9.8, but I let it go. And I let it go for more than I paid for it. And I did that because I was no longer attached to the book and I wanted to get the cash for it to put towards other books that I did want.
Yeah.
And that was just a personal decision that I made. I hear all this, the speculation obviously about Red Hulk, and I honestly, I haven't stayed too close to how much closer that's actually going to happen. But it was one that I didn't want to sit on anymore. And I saw a path to make some cash on it. So I let it go at that time. Now, if there is an announcement, obviously you can make a lot more money to sell it at that time. But in this particular case, I just wanted to free up inventory, and that's what I did. Yeah. So I guess I have to go with what I actually did.
On my end, I don't have this book. It's a book I actually want to pick up soon because I do believe that we're going to get Red Hulk real soon. I'm assuming by now everyone's seen Black Widow. Again, Ross is there. There's a lot of hints. You know what I mean? Like Thunderbolts, dude. It just might happen. So if you could find one for cheap, definitely pick it up. I don't suggest going out and spend, $650, $630, whatever it is. But if you could buy it low, I'd buy it and keep.
By the way, what Miguel is saying is right, because I do have that Hulk too. I kept that one.
Yeah, Hulk 2 is, and I've heard people like Decor, Manny, Batcave, things like that, say, Hulk 2 is actually the first because he is in the book, right? Where Hulk 1 is actually just on the cover, apparently. I've never owned it. I've never read it, so I'm not 100% sure, but
I think the market gravitates to this one just because of the cover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. The market does gravitate towards this one. Obviously, if you're in a position to be able to do so, the best solution is to just pick up both. And yeah, I'm a fan of picking these up in Raw, because I do feel like it's a character that we probably are going to see, like BC said, probably in the near future. It looks like they're starting to put together like a Dark Avengers or a Thunderbolts team in the MCU, and Red Hulk plays well to that.
Yep. So
there is a fairly decent chance that he does show up. So if you're looking to get into that kind of speculation and everything, yeah, this would be a solid pickup.
What they're saying about this cover, this was me. Remember when I said I got the food poisoning? That was me
Right.
on the can, right? Like right before the show.
that was Mexican food, guaranteed.
Yeah. I had the Dumb and Dumber moment.
That's 600 though is still a lot for the 9.8, I think. But
Yeah.
especially because I do still feel like you can find a lot of good copies out there raw. So yeah, I would probably buy it raw if you could find it, decent spec. But
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to buy it back, like Face is saying. I just had a good opportunity to let my slab go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think I would be I'm going with you guys, right? In a 9.8, I would not be paying $635 for this. Just it's kind of a ridiculous price, but we're getting to that point in our hobby where, you know, if you want a 9.8 of something that's kind of being talked about or kind of being rumored, but not really 100%, you're kind of in that $600 to $800 range, right? I mean, that's just what it is. But I also do that compare game where, like, you know, I could go and buy something way nicer and better, in my opinion, for that price. But like you guys said too, you can find this book raw. I mean, it's probably going to be cheaper. Obviously, with CGC, you probably won't see this book for 2 years after you send it away. But hey, that's another. Here's the thing: that Thunderbolts thing. It's like BC said, it's going to happen eventually. I regret not picking up Hulk 449 when it was like $5 and nobody gave a crap about it.
Sure.
But yeah, I just think it's going to happen. I think they're teasing us way too much, and it's something with all these characters that they're picking up. It's going to lead to something. I think he's going to be in it. I think, again, there is a reason why in Black Widow she makes that comment about him being sick, about him, you know, doing all this, which leads me to think we know he's sick. We know he's going to have to take something. We know, you know, something along those lines. So
yeah, they're planting the seeds.
Yeah, I think it's cool there. You know, it's like an Avengers 1 where you know, Iron Man goes, but that up there, that's the end game, right? Like, people went so back, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot. Like, I think we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back and be like, oh my God, the hint was right here. And yeah.
Do you think there's any parallel, you know, like how you have what they were saying about this being him on the cover, but then Hulk 2, like the Gwenpool situation with Deadpool's Secret War, and then, you know, Howard the Duck, you know, the standard cover. Of course, you can get the limb variant with her on the actual cover, but.
Well, I have the same argument with like Invincible Iron Man 1 and 3, right? With like Riri Williams being Ironheart and stuff like that. A wise man, actually named FaceTime, told me you'd be surprised at what you can find in a comic if you just open it.
Yeah.
Words have really stuck with me, okay? Words have stuck with me. But it's true. I mean, I get the market gravitates towards a book, but at the same time, I mean, if we're doing it for those other books, I think we should do it for this one. I think if Hulk 2, he's actually in it, Hulk 1, he's not, it's just a cover, then this is just a cover. This is his first cover.
Yep.
What that means, though, I don't know, right? Like, technically,
it is pretty iconic. I mean, you know,
that's the thing, right? And that's what helps its case. But I mean, again, with no governing body to say, hey, this is it, this is the first appearance or whatever. Outside of CGC, it's kind of hard.
It goes back to like with the one where I forget what book it was earlier, but you know, like I was saying, you know, 50% of the market doesn't give a fuck what our opinion is because they're on the other side, you know. So you know, in that sense, there's a market for both. So you really can't go wrong. You know, somebody's gonna want it.
I mean, Star Wars is a great example. Try and find a first appearance on its CGC labels, bro. Yeah. It's not on there half the time. You have to like cross-reference, you know, Wikipedia, Comic Vine, and the app, trying to figure out, and you got to open the damn book, as you know, Faith says, to figure out what the hell a first appearance is in Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
God.
No.
Did you get Black Crown's graphic?
Yeah.
At the end.
Jesus. All right. This is a book that's been debated for a week. Well, not debated, but this is probably one of the hottest books of the month, you know, with sales. I mean, I think it reached like 750, 800% with projections and sales. Everybody's picking this book up. It's just a sweet Kang cover. There's no spec to it. It's just a sweet Kang cover. But I put it on here because the whole comic community is literally going nuts for this book.
Yep.
Yeah. Wasn't the appeal the fact that they showed like every iteration of him in this, kind of similar to like the Nightwing and the Robins and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're a fan, like, here's a great point, right? I know like Dan De La Torre and some of the older guys like myself. Remember when Secret Wars came out and Kang was in that, and nobody like gave a shit about Kang back then in 1984? But it's like now, you know, it's all about Kang. And so like I can remember then, I can remember now. I mean, this no doubt this is a dope ass cover. And if you like Kang, like, you know, you're picking this up just as a collector. I mean, you know what? I'd be honest, bro. I'd throw $25 at this if I found it. Why not? Just for the personal collection, right? I mean, I drank more beers tonight than the value of buying one of these books in the wild. But if if you're trying to just flip and you don't give a crap about it, then yeah, I mean, you know, right now people are talking about Kang and Mortis, you know, all of that stuff, right? So I mean, it seems like you can flip now, or you can wait till next season. For me, if I saw this in the wild, I would probably just buy it for the personal collection at this low price right at the moment.
Yeah, luckily I had this picked up when it came out. I grabbed myself a copy, so I got it at cover. But I don't see how there's anything important in this book other than just the cover itself having multiple versions of Kang on it. I mean, if people want to buy big on that, by all means, I don't suggest it. But I wouldn't be spending more than $10 for the book, seriously, and that's double cover. So like I'm saying that's way too much. That's what I'm saying is like, if you're really like, I need this book, that's what I would say. Like, okay, well, if you're willing to spend that, by all means, but like, I wouldn't pay more than cover. There's also a good point here that Newbie brought up. He found 10 copies at $10. I didn't get one, not even one from Newbie. Like, yo, you know, gee, I found you.
I know, right? But I ain't get that either.
But Newbie found this after the show came out, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, they're still out there, guys. Don't get too crazy.
Isn't that what Newbie says? They're out there. The books are out there. What's your?
That's right.
Keep searching,
like the fucking X-Files.
And then with his avatar.
But
we already have a
actually,
graphic of Newbie on the Cocoon.
I'm on this one, man. I'll be honest. $20, you know, for a cover buy. I could do it. It's a Ross and it is a cool cover, but you know, like you guys said, there's no value to it outside of the spec. But like, I don't think $20 is unreasonable for a cover buy. You know, necessarily.
Yeah,
like,
that's the Midtown price.
You know, I mentioned Detective Comics 88 earlier, and the Jock cover. You know, it is a little print run, but that shit goes for fucking several $100s, and it's just a straight cover buy. You know what I mean? Like that's really all that's there. So, you know, $20 for an Alex Ross, shit, I'm in for that. But
yeah, you bought a damn frog, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't go, like you guys said, I wouldn't go higher than that on it. You know, it is just a cover buy. And I don't think it's gonna be, you know, I don't think it's super low print run or anything. So
no.
That's probably about the limit of it.
Here's what I think about when people get crazy on a character, myself included. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, but just like I'm liking what they can do with Kang because of the time travel. But this is kind of what I get when people are like, "Oh man, Kang, yo, been on him since like 1985, right?" This is what I hear. Yeah, I've been a Seattle Kraken fan. That is literally what I hear. When people say that, it's like, dude, I've been a fan of Seattle Kraken for like 10 years now. It's like, okay, I get it. You know, Kang is everywhere. I get it. Let's stop acting like we've been, you know, Kang's your favorite character.
It's a wrong time to buy.
Yeah. Kang, anything right now is the wrong time to buy. And I'll be honest with you. If you paid cover price for this, you overpaid. Let me repeat that. If you paid cover price for this book, you overpaid because I believe
crazy as hell.
What, 2017, right? 2017.
We don't all have that warehouse in the Arctic like you.
Oh man, come on. But this book is out there, right? And I've had people message me saying, "Hey man, I found this book for like $2, you know, $3, whatever the case may be, Canadian." Like it is out there, and I picked up 10 copies. I've sold a few on eBay, but like. Man, people are paying like almost close to $40, $50 for this book. It's kind of like a little much, you know, even I got to say, like, I've kept 2 from the PC. But yeah, it's I don't know, man.
Yo, newbie, I got to give a shout out to Guy Forge in the chat, right? He says a space bastard himself. So this space bastard beanbag is for you, Guy Forge. If you can see that.
Beautiful.
Oh man, yeah.
All beanbags all the time.
By the way, sorry about the 2 thumbs down. Those followed me.
Oh, dude, no, don't worry about it. We
I
got
fan
loyal
club.
fans. We got loyal fans too, man. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Hey, we want the thumbs. We don't give a fuck which direction they're in.
Yeah.
My guy.
But yeah, I really do think that this is just straight cover. I mean, Kang being like the guy right now, everything's just gonna go nuts, right? So it is. But check your shops, people, because check your warehouses wherever you are, because you'd be surprised, man. My shop was open, like shops here opened 2 weeks ago, and the first time I went was like last week. So everybody in Ontario basically had like almost 10 to 12 days a head start of me, and nobody picked this up because I talked to the guy that owns the warehouse, and he's like, dude, we had like a lineup like the first day that they could actually get people, and I found 10 copies. So,
but how many Carey Price rookie cards are they buying?
no, there's no cards of that stuff, man. That's a good card to have, though, by the way.
Yeah.
Your future, Seattle Kraken.
100%.
All right. All good things must come to an end sometime. So, with that said, we have our last book. And fitting, we got Avengers number 10, first appearance of Immortus.
If I had this book, it would stay in my personal collection.
Yep.
If I didn't give a shit about this book, with all the talk about Immortus, I mean, how many times you said his name already tonight? Mm-hmm. Kang, Immortus, He Who Remains. I mean, right now it seems like people are like, I will buy anything that has to do with that. So if I didn't give a shit, I would be selling it. But if for the personal collection, I would be holding it. And that's where I would stand on this book.
Yeah. Not to mention that the cover is I love it. It's a banger.
Yeah. Although, why does Goliath, is that giant? He looks so fat. What is his deal?
He was off his diet that day, man.
No,
don't judge him.
It's
big boy.
It's early days of Avengers, yo.
It's like he grew sideways, not tall.
Listen, Janet still loved him back then, and look
and
how
then he
that
abused her, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that fat prick.
But yeah, yo, for me, this stays in the PC just because it's the first appearance of Immortus. It's Avengers 10, early Avengers book, beautiful book. I would keep it. If, like Sith said, you don't give a fuck, throw it out there, put it for sale, because $1,700 for a 9.0, you can literally live like Sith with that money. You can go to Disneyland. You can do it all. So
you could sign Carey Price to your own damn team.
There you go. But I would keep it if I had one. But if I just was looking for a cash out, definitely sell it now with all the hype.
I like what Pacino said, man. No stray dogs on this list.
Yeah, I mean, Avengers 10 is a PC book for sure. It's falls into that fucking Grail category. I mean, I feel like for me, like it's not like a super huge Grail, but it's still your early run Avengers, so I would absolutely want to keep a hold of it. But as you guys have mentioned, it really would be, if you are wanting to get rid of it, there's probably not gonna much better time. The hype is fucking high right now. It's definitely real. People are digging Jonathan Majors, so far in that role. So yeah, it's definitely commanding a premium right now. So it wouldn't be a better time to sell.
Like BC said, man, it is an early Avengers issue regardless. So, I mean, if you are a big Avengers fan, or you're trying to get that, I mean, this is a big book to get. I mean, you're talking about the 10th issue. Immortus. I thought it was important to put this book up because I've had conversations with a few people. Like I said again, people posting stuff, and you see it on Reddit and blogs and here and other shows and things like that. But like, people have no idea what Jonathan Majors / Kang version we got. So, like me thinking that it was Immortus and him being dead, what does that do, right? Because if we never see that variant or that version again, well, then Immortus is dead, right? So, like, Immortus is done, that's it. So that book, in essence, should go down because eventually we're going to get down to the fact that all the versions are going to get thrown out, or they're going to die, or they're going to be battled, or whatever, and then we're finally going to get to Kang, right? So regardless of what book you believe in or what character you think we're going to see at the end, I think Avengers 8 is the key. It's just always going to be up there. And I've gone on to say, as far as, Kang is probably going to be like a cultural icon in the sense of Thanos being that way, right? I could see it, just a matter of time. This Halloween, I mean, I'm sure people are going to be dressing up like Kang or whatever. The same people that have been saying, the Stanley Cup deserves to be in Seattle for 5 years. It's the same shit. So I don't know. I just think it's important to know that you got to be careful with these. If you're staying away from Avengers 8 and you're picking up all the other ones, you have to really, you're biting the bullet in the sense that, like, those are going to be probably short-term, not short-term, maybe that's a bad word, but, like, you're not going to see, at the end of the day, we're not going to see Mortis or Ramatut, like, kind of run there. So we're going to see Kang, right? So I think, if you're putting all your eggs in one basket, I think Avengers 8 is the winner. So for this one, I would go for a PC, but, like, if you can make a few bucks off of it, it's definitely a sell for me.
Yeah, but kind of like you said, you're saying like you would flip this for Avengers 8 for sure. Like I said, if it's a book you don't care about and you want to take that coin, go for it. You know what I mean? But it's a PC book. Like I was saying, for me, it's a beautiful book. I wouldn't want to give it up. I think I'd have a hard time like letting it go. You know what I mean?
100%.
But yeah,
any of that early run Avengers.
Yeah.
To let go of.
I saw a comment saying, it's only Marvel keys we've done. This one was a bit more Marvel heavy due to the fact that we did the last time we did a keep sell buy was kind of like indie / DC heavy. So I kind of wanted to do Marvel, but it is hard, right? There's so many comics, so many things. It's just more of these were kind of a bit relevant, right? For what we were doing right now, like for what's going on right now. Obviously there's more, but hey, it is what it is. Miguel, Feige's got all of these books. Yeah, dude, can you imagine?
Yeah, he definitely does, man. He's got the fucking biggest stacks.
Dude, he could say tomorrow, hey, let's make a Ludacris 1 movie. And, he's probably got like 100,000 of them, right? Like,
you really wish he would, though.
I'm going to get that trendy. I really do. I'm going to try.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. So, God.
I think
that's the best Doobieverse character of them all.
Cocoon Bee was the best thing to come out of tonight.
There's another one coming, man. There's another one coming. Stay tuned, guys.
Yo, I'm just getting my second win. Are we going like 9 hours?
I'm good to go. If you guys want to go, I'll go grab. I got beers.
Oh my god. No, that would never happen, Swag. That would never happen.
Right?
So yeah, so that is sell buy, guys. I hope we've given a lot of information out there because I noticed there was a lot of people in the chat that actually had genuine questions on what to do with it, and that's kind of why we do it. It's kind of fun. Also, it's all our opinion. So like BC was saying at the start, this is something that I would get from my PC. It's his opinion. So don't freak out or go nuts. Like these are all just opinionated stuff. It's for fun. I think sometimes a lot of people miss that part where it's like this is just for fun. So yeah.
Do you get the freak out DMs of people like, yo, I can't believe you said that shit?
Yeah.
I've been here 3 weeks. I'm getting raped, man.
Dude, I honestly like it's crazy because like, I always relate back to like I'm big in sports and stuff. I know you are, but like it's like at the end of a sports season, right? Where someone's a free agent, you're like, oh man, I think this guy could go here. I think this guy's gonna get traded here. Nobody puts me on a fucking cross because I didn't pick where Tarasenko went or, whatever the case may be, right? And people, I find sometimes you do a show and people like, just because they don't agree with you, like have to like, oh, well, why did you pick that? It's like, I don't know.
That's impressive that you know Tarasenko. I mean, we got to start like a hockey podcast. Yo, you know, Kid Collector's he's got to mow like 5 lawns to pay for that, man.
Kid Collector, man, you're never late. It's all good, dude. Don't worry. Save your money. But I appreciate it so much, man.
Him and Big Vegas were over there doing big things, having an auction the other day. So
yeah.
He's doing all right.
With that $2, newbie, you can go get 2 more of those Avengers.
Yeah. Well, Kid Collector,
right?
He's got like 10 girlfriends, man. He's got to like use that money to buy them cheeseburgers.
Junior chickens.
Yeah, junior chickens. You guys have you guys
I am so down.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Like I'm gonna be watching that tomorrow night for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I'm gonna be sweating. I think Price. Oh, anyways.
You know what? We didn't talk about Jonathan Quick, man. I mean, you know, the Kings made Jonathan Quick available.
Yo,
the guy got drafted in like 1987.
Quick,
yeah, well,
Quick, no, but Quick's not been the same since 2015. Like,
I know, but you know, like, you know, I know Carey Price, obviously, right? He was just there. But
he's
you
the
know,
only thing we have.
That's a ballsy move.
Going bye-bye.
You know.
I think that there's a lot of good players. Like I said, you know, they got Tarasenko, they got Price. But here's the thing, right? When you start doing the cap stuff, I mean, Carey Price is $11 million. You know, that's almost 1/8 of your salary. Like,
yeah,
I get it. They also made what's it called? They made the rules a little more stricter than what Vegas did because let's face it, Vegas got like really lucky. You know, low salary players. They picked up pretty much everyone, and they went to the Cup the first year, right? It was the second.
That's what it is, man. Vegas fucked the game up for everybody. Carey Price is definitely gone after that Marc-Andre Fleury.
But realistically, if I was in Ron Francis' seat, I'm taking Carey Price, even with the 10.5 million, even with the 11 million signing bonus. Because here's why:
BC looks so dejected right now.
You're selling jerseys, man.
The first hour that is known, they're going to sell jerseys and merchandise of Carey Price, and they'll get their money back just like that. Like they're going to. That Seattle franchise is going to be sold out every day because
I'll go fucking buy one. Yeah. Straight up.
I think that's just what's going to happen. And yeah, that's it. So.
Yeah, man. I could go forever on this, by the way. So if ever you guys want to do
you think they're going to be back in the playoffs next year?
Who?
Canadians.
No.
I highly doubt it. If we're going back to normal, it all depends what happens now with the draft, right? If Price is gone, dude, because he's also going through a knee surgery, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, you know,
although we're gonna see that eval is coming out.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. If they can play the way they did, because the playoff run, I know a lot of people shit on them, but like to come back versus TO, which fuck that. I'm so happy about that.
What about like? Would you let Kucherov come hang out at your bar?
Honestly, as much as he became public enemy #1, it was funny as shit, dude.
All right, you should get him on Keep Sell Buy.
Yeah, man, let's do it. He was just there with his bud, dude. It was amazing.
It's really going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm interested to see. Like I said, you know, there's a lot of people like, oh, Tarasenko. A lot of people got to remember too. He's had like 3 surgeries on his shoulder, and I don't know, man. He's got the money. He's got the cup. I don't think you're going to get the best version of him. So
no, definitely not.
It's, you know, you mess something up like that. I mean, you know, hockey. I mean, I know he doesn't get hit as much, but you know, we'll see.
Shout out to Kamikaze, man, and all the homies. First of all, the chat is awesome. The live chat is always dope. I'm usually in your chat with them, but shout out to them who are like, you know, I appreciate all of you, you know, and I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. I mean, this has been a dope ass time. We're like, you know, we're like brothers, right? I mean, like Spine Ticks, Newbie Comics, FaceTime show. I mean, you know, and Black Crown, man. Shout out to you, bro, for like joining the crew. You know, Hyper told me
I guess he's all right.
Hyper had messaged me and he was like, yo, Black Crown, you know, you should like talk to him. I'm like, I already talked to him on Instagram. And then next thing I know, you're on the show. I can't wait till Hyper comes back and, you know, just adds all the spice and
it's going to be wild.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I want to come back when Hyper's here and Keys, you know, let's get the backstage version of Keys that I saw before this. Let's get that Keys on.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Let's burn this mother down, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, hey, listen.
Let's do it.
Listen, people who don't know, though, let them know what goes on your channel, where they can find you, all that good stuff. Talk about the PSA, you know, the cards and all that. Let them know where you can find you and what you do, man.
Well, Spine Ticks, I drink a lot of beer. And so as the hours go by, the things I say kind of get a little bit stranger. But if you're there at the beginning of Spine Ticks, you're going to get a lot of content about comic books. We have various indie writers that are on. Face, you've been on the channel before. You know, we try and bring new comic book day in. Yeah, Newbie, you've been there. Actually, Newbie, you were there when Midnight Western Theater author, he came on. Remember that?
He stole my thunder. Like the show was, hey, Newbie, and then this guy comes on and steals my thunder. Yeah.
It's like he put his codpiece right in your face, man. Yeah. But yeah, so Spine Ticks, new comic book day, indie picks, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, and then shit just happens like 5th, 6th hour. I mean, guarantee we're going 7 hours. If you want to be on YouTube, you could just hop on the show. As long as you're not psycho, I'll have you on the show. We got like, it's Thunderdome,
well, you have me on, so I don't know if that applies either.
As long as you're not psycho.
Yeah. And we're we're about 58 from 1K, so we'll be doing some lights out giveaways for that. I'm in no rush because I'm not monetized. I'm not doing anything. I just want to hang out with the people, drink beer. I'm like a clubhouse, locker room homie, man. Just come hang out with me. Let's shoot the shit. Let's talk about comics, horror films, hockey. I don't give a shit. Beanbags. Let's talk about Cocoonby.
Yes.
I'm all about. Yeah. So thanks for having me on.
Pants.
Yo, don't forget Moodog, man. I'm telling you, tomorrow that's gonna hit the interweb.
And shout out to Ultra as well, because Ultra hops on and does the FOC with Phil.
Yeah.
It's like Ultra is awesome. I see like Dave Collects is in Spine Ticks, Azor's Tiger. I saw him in here. Moonlit's on Spine Ticks. Dan's been on the show. Real Rude's in Spine. Dude, Real Rude went on the show last week from a club. He like beamed in, and I thought there were naked women dancing. I wasn't sure. I saw some women dancing in a cage, and I was like, oh damn. But I was like too wasted to like do anything about it. I was like, I'm just gonna let this play out. If I see a tit, I'm taking this off. But
Yo,
all tits were avoided, so you were good.
Yeah.
Dude, I keep getting like flashbacks to The Simpsons when he said that. We're like, I'm gonna wait and see. It's like when they're grifting, and like Willie takes the Bart's like, Dad, do something. He's like, let's see how this goes.
Right.
And then Skinner, and he's like, see how this goes. Yeah. So I got a lot of flashbacks to Simpson stuff. Yeah, there's fucked up shit. But
what about South Park, bro? You know when South Park went raw?
I love South Park, man. I didn't like South Park at the start, but like season like 16 to like and on. I think 16?
It took you that long?
No. I like it,
right?
and it got a little better. But nowadays, I don't know, man. I used to like always rush home and like make sure I watch South Park Wednesdays at 10. And now it's just like, whatever.
Now you got a hit show.
Man, a hit show. Yeah.
Far too busy for that.
The famous Cocoonby.
Face, let the people know where they can find you, sir, outside of my show. Where can they find you?
For sure. Mondays at 7. You can catch us over on my channel. Previously on. Next week, let's see. Shit, I'm not sure what we're doing next week yet. It's a mystery to us all.
Beautiful.
Hey, that's good sometimes. That's good sometimes. AMBC, we're not leaving you out. What do you got coming up on your end, sir?
So on my end, I'm back in the Newbie verse on Sunday, and then we still don't know what the fuck we're doing Monday with Face, but we're gonna be there. So you make sure you're
doing something.
Right? The mystery's there, and then I'm back here with Newbie, man.
So Sunday, new book day news. We're going to probably talk a little bit more about Black Widow because it has been kind of left out. Hopefully, we might get a trailer this week somewhere where we can talk something else because let's face it, Loki's done, Black Widow's done. We have nothing until August 11th. So it would be kind of nice to talk about, say, a trailer or something like that, but we'll see. Tuesday, I got a special guest again. I believe it is Ryan, Automatic Comics, is joining us because we're going to be talking keys I would still invest in. That was a lot of fun the first time. So we were like, hey, man, we got a lot of other keys. Why don't we talk about it again? So we're going to be doing that. And Ryan's a good friend of the show. Good people. Yeah, that's our show. Sith, I want to thank you very much for joining, even though now you have like 10 more clips. I don't know how much you charge to like never show them, but we'll talk.
Couldn't be shirts coming out soon for the 1K.
Moodog.
Moodog.
Goddamn. I got to learn English. Other than that, guys, thank you so much in the chat. You'll be seeing us Sunday. Oh, I got a video dropping either tonight at like 12, which is technically tomorrow, or tomorrow at some point. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, guys, I'll leave you with this.
No.
I was gonna say
comics are out there.
I'm like, no. Well, anyway, guys, keep searching. Those books are out there.
Kakumi.